The United States Air Force built two fighter jets so advanced, so devastating, that if they ever fought each other for real, one of them would die in under 60 seconds. And it's not the one you think. Before we find out which one, hit subscribe, because on Aerostrike we break down the machines that rule the skies, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Both of these jets are stealth. Both of these jets are American. And both of these jets were built by the same company, Lockheed Martin. But only one of them was built purely to kill other fighter jets. The other one was built to do almost everything else. So today, we're settling it F-22 Raptor versus F-35 Lightning II in a straight-up dogfight. No politics, no marketing slides, just cold, hard capability. Part 1. The Raptor's DNA. The F-22 Raptor was born in the final years of the Cold War. The Air Force needed a jet that could walk into Soviet airspace, invisible to radar, and shoot down their best interceptors before those interceptors even knew the Raptor was there. That single mission shaped every inch of this aircraft. The Raptor is a pure air superiority fighter. It's not trying to be a bomber. It's not trying to be a reconnaissance platform. It's not trying to be a jack of all trades. It exists to find enemy fighters, kill them, and leave before anyone else even gets a radar lock. To do that, engineers gave it two enormous engines, Pratt & Whitney F-119 turbofans, each pumping out roughly 35,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner. That's an obscene amount of power for a jet this size. It gives the Raptor something almost no other fighter on Earth has: supercruise. That means the F-22 can fly faster than the speed of sound without ever lighting the afterburner. Most fighters can only go supersonic in short, fuel-burning bursts. The Raptor can cruise there for extended periods, conserving fuel, while every other jet around it is forced to either stay subsonic or burn through their tanks in minutes. Then there's maneuverability. The Raptor has thrust vectoring nozzles that can angle up and down, letting the pilot pull off maneuvers that would rip the wings off almost anything else in the sky. Combine that with its raw power-to-weight ratio, and in a turning, twisting, visual range dogfight, the F-22 is arguably the single most dangerous fighter jet ever built. Its stealth was designed from the ground up around one job: staying invisible to enemy radar while hunting other fighters. Its radar cross-section is famously described as being about the size of a marble, and it carries the AIM 120 AMRAAM and AIM 9X Sidewinder missiles internally, so it never gives up that stealth profile by hanging weapons on external pylon. Part 2. The F-35's different mission. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the F-35 wasn't built to replace the Raptor. It was built to replace almost everything else: the F-16, the F-A-18, the 8-inches some rolls, even older Harrier jump jets used by the Marines and Allied navies. That's an enormous list of jobs for one airframe to cover, and it changes everything about how the F-35 was designed. The F-35 only has one engine, the Pratt & Whitney F-135, but it's the most powerful fighter engine ever put into production, generating over 43,000 pounds of thrust in the F-35A variant. It's not as fast as the Raptor. It doesn't supercruise the same way. And in a pure turning fight, most pilots and analysts agree the Raptor would outmaneuver it. But raw dogfighting was never the point. The F-35's real weapon is what's inside its nose and its wings. It's absolutely loaded with sensors: the AN/APG-81 radar, the distributed aperture system that gives the pilot a 360-degree view around the entire aircraft, and the electro-optical targeting system that can spot and track threats from extreme range. All of that data gets fused together and displayed to the pilot as one unified picture. Instead of a dozen different screens, the pilot has to mentally stitch together. And then there's the helmet. The F-35 pilot's helmet projects that sensor data directly onto the visor, letting the pilot effectively see through the aircraft itself, look down at the ground beneath their feet, or track a target behind them without ever turning their head toward a screen. The F-35 also comes in 3 variants: the A model for the Air Force, the B model with short takeoff and vertical landing capability for the Marines, and the C model built for aircraft carriers. No other 5th-generation fighter on the planet offers that kind of flexibility. Part 3. the hypothetical fight. So picture the scenario. Both jets are launched, both are stealth, both are flying toward each other completely blind to normal radar. Here's the twist. Most people miss this fight, would almost never reach visual range in the first place, because both aircraft are built to kill from beyond visual range, using their sensors and missiles before the merge ever happens. In that beyond visual range fight, it becomes a battle of who sees who first. And this is where the F-35 sensor fusion becomes a genuine threat to the Raptor, because in that scenario, situational awareness can matter more than raw speed or thrust. A pilot who sees the threat first and fires first often wins, regardless of which jet has the better turn rate. But if that first shot misses, or if somehow this fight collapses into visual range, the advantage flips hard and fast. In a close-in dogfight, the F-22 Raptor's raw power, thrust vectoring, and speed put it in a different class entirely. Most military analysts, and even F-35 pilots themselves, have openly admitted that in a turning fight, the Raptor would win. The truth the Air Force has actually landed on is that this matchup was never supposed to be a rivalry. In real combat doctrine, these two jets fly together. The F-22 pushes ahead, uses its speed and stealth to clear the sky of enemy fighters, while F-35s follow behind using their sensors to coordinate the entire battle picture for every other aircraft in the fight, including ships and ground troops. One is the sword, the other is the eyes, and the network holding the whole fight together. So if you're asking which jet would win in a straight-up, close-range dogfight, the F-22 Raptor takes it almost every single time. But in the wider war, the F-35 might actually be the more valuable aircraft, because it's not fighting alone, it's making every other jet, ship, and soldier around it more dangerous. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe to Aerostrike. Drop a comment telling me which jet you'd want in the cockpit, and I'll see you in the next one.